How do I, 24F, tell my boyfriend, 26M, that our friend, 22M, tried to kiss me? Repost. Hello everyone, this is my first post on Reddit and I decided to post here because I am a big fan of podcasts, so I cannot think of a better place to ask for advice in a moment. I, 24F, and my boyfriend S, 26M, have been in an exclusive relationship for the last 6 months and it is going great. We have a mutual friend group that is primarily male. I have known 2 of those friends from the friend group for the last 10 years, L, 22, and F, 26, and there was never any sexual romantic attraction between us. Those 2 are my all-time best friends and are really important to me. Also, S and L are really close and really good friends. So, on to what happened. 3 weeks ago I organized a small house party for the friend group, 8 ppl. The party was amazing. We all had a good time and got drunk and high. Boyfriend was tired because he got up early that morning and went to sleep first, and the rest of us strayed partying for a bit more. I was sitting next to L on the couch, and after S went to sleep he started trying to hold my hand under the little couch blanket I've used. I was really drunk, so I did not react right away, but after what seemed like a minute I pulled my hand and ignored what I did. We continued partying for a little more and decided that it was too late and we should go to bed. I went to brush my teeth, and after coming out of the bathroom L was standing in the hallway waiting for me. I do not really remember everything super clearly, but I 100% know that he tried to kiss me but stopped in front of my face and said something like, "I don't think that this is the best idea." After that, I went straight to bed. The next day I was trying to clear up my memory of last night and I was sure of what happened, but L was acting like nothing happened, so I thought that he did not remember anything and that it was just alcohol doing things. I was thinking about telling my boyfriend about what happened but finally decided not to, so I do not ruin their friendship. On to the last weekend. A girl from the friend group celebrated her birthday by organizing a house party, after which we went to the club. My boyfriend was the only one who could not make it because of his job and needed to stay in the other city he lives in. House party went really well again, but the problem started when we got to the club. Again, I was really drunk and in a lot of period pain, so I was mostly sitting and trying to enjoy the night. L got super drunk and insisted on us dancing, which I dismissed. After a few more drinks he started trying to hold my hand again and kissed me on the forehead, hair a couple of times. I didn't want that to get any attention from our friends, so I mostly ignored it and kept pulling my hand from his discreetly. That holding hands thing kept repeating through the night at least 15 times. Gross. After the party, we all went home, and because a birthday girl came from a different town with her boyfriend, I gave them my room to sleep in so they could get some sleep after traveling and partying the whole day. I was meant to sleep on a mattress on the floor, which was my idea. Well, L wanted to help me pull and put the mattress on the floor, so he got to my place. Even the BD girl and her boyfriend could help me. In my drunken head it seemed fine. After all was set for sleep, L realized that it was super late and he did not have any way to get to his apartment, so he asked to sleep at my place on the same mattress with me. That was relatively okay with me. We already slept in the same bed a few times and it is totally okay. But after all these things happening, it was a bit weird for me. We got onto the mattress and I laid on the edge with my back turned to him. He turned to me and asked if it was okay with me. When I said yes, he hugged me, but I ignored that, stupid me, and went to sleep. A couple of times through the night I felt that he was holding my hand and I pulled mine out. Also, in his sleep or not, IDK, he grabbed my boob, once played with it. Every time I pushed him onto the other side and told him not to do that. But again, I did not want to wake up other people and make the whole thing more weird than it already was. The next day he was again acting normal and like nothing happened. I was really anxious about all that, thinking about how I lost my friend and all the trust I had in him, and also that if I told S about this, probably this whole friend group would fall away. Finally, when I could not take it anymore, I called F, who is also L's older brother, for advice. He told me that I needed to talk to L ASAP and that if he had feelings for me I needed to tell my boyfriend that, and if it was all just alcohol and drunken mistakes I should probably not tell S anything because it is not important and will not happen again and would not be worth breaking their friendship. Right after that talk with F, I went and talked to L, and to try and shorten the story as much as possible, he told me he does not remember the boob and kiss thing but does remember holding hands. He apologized a lot of times. Said that he understood how that would affect our friendship and that if I stopped being friends with him he'd understand. Also said that he does not and never had any romantic feelings for me and it was all just alcohol. Now onto my dilemma. Telling S about what happened will change a lot in our friends' lives. Both of us will probably lose one of our best friends and possibly more. F is giving me advice not to tell him, but I think that I should, and he deserves to know about what happened. I am absolutely bummed about this situation and I am very anxious and don't know what to do. My boyfriend is coming tonight to see me and will stay for 4 days. So I need to decide fast because there are some plans made that include the whole friend group and I fear that he will notice that something is off. Sorry for such a long post and thanks to everyone who reads it. Please give me some advice cause I really need someone who has a different perspective and would not be affected by this. Love you all and I am here for all questions. Edit. I've told my boyfriend that I have to tell him something really serious when I see him right after my work is over, and I will tell him everything about how he has a bad friend that he shouldn't believe and a bad girlfriend who didn't tell him that right away. Thanks for all of the comments and I will update you on what happens next. 1. Stop getting wasted. Especially with friends like this, it is not a safe group. 2. Sleeping with a friend that did several moves on you? How candid, other words popped too. Can you be? That's more than inappropriate. FFS? 3. Is you boyfriend even a BF? Should I tell him? That's your fucking relationship, not a random friend. 4. I don't want to ruin the concert tonight. You hid stuff for several days and still hesitate after all that. Okay. Hope he is forgiving. Beck, I definitely wouldn't. I think he has the right to know he has a disloyal friend, but IDK. You definitely need to start setting boundaries. There are significant other many points in this story where you have the opportunity to put an end to this and basically do nothing. I feel kinda bad for L. You are going to portray him to your boyfriend as a sexual predator, but in all honesty, you let him hold your hand several times, kiss your head, try to kiss you properly, and after all that, slept in the same bed as him, with him consistently asking if it was okay with you, to which you say yes. I mean, none of this looks like a person who isn't reciprocating his advances. I think he has the right to know his girlfriend is sleeping in the same bed with another man. How shitty to think that's okay. Let alone you let this guy hold your hand multiple times and kiss you on your forehead multiple times and didn't tell him once to stop. I don't feel bad for you, I feel bad for your boyfriend. My 24 male girlfriend, 24 female, gave me an STD and I don't know how to cope. I was in another relationship for about 4 years before I met my current girlfriend of about 6 months. The past relationship never really had any major issues and ended fairly normal. I was spoiled in that sense. My current relationship was started because of my friend group. She is best friends with one of my male friends. He set us up. On our first date he was clowning her about her past, saying, "She likes ghetto dudes," multiple times throughout the night. I took it as a joke. Fast forward a couple weeks, we had sex the first time. Fast forward another couple weeks, I had every symptom of chlamydia. I confronted her about it immediately and she explained that she hadn't had sex in over a year, so it couldn't have been her. I knew it wasn't me because I got tested right after my last relationship. We got tested, we had chlamydia. We got treated and I decided I wanted to stay with her since I couldn't really blame her for it. Another week goes by and she starts to get controlling. She sees a Snapchat on my phone from a girl I previously hooked up with about 6 years ago. She spiraled and told me to block her and any other girl on any social media that I had been with. I made an agreement with her that I would do it if she did the same. Another week goes by, I see her posting on her Snap story clearly fishing for compliments. Showing a lot of cleavage in a selfie pose and putting vomit emojis to say she's ugly. She denied she was doing anything of the sort. I blocked her and told her I'd rather not see stuff like that even if it's not intentional. We moved on. Now 6 months later, I got snoopy for the first time in our relationship and found a guy on her Instagram. They were liking each other's pictures a little bit before we got together. He fits the ghetto description, dressing horribly, money spreads with $20 bills, etc. I confront her about it and ask her if she had been with him or if he's the one who passed the STD on to me. She responded with, "Yes, I've been with him, but he's not the guy who gave it to me." I blocked her on Instagram as I don't want to see that stuff either. I'd rather stay ignorant to it. There is so much more to add, but I can't fit it all into a Reddit post. These are just the basic rundowns of bigger events. I have never been able to get over the STD thing and the guys in her past. It's never been a problem for me in any other relationship I've been with. Just this one. I've been asking myself the same questions over and over. Am I crazy for feeling the way I am? Should I stay with her? How could I date someone who's had such a nasty history? Is it worth my mental health? You obviously know who she is and are okay with what she is doing. Why post and let the world know? We want to stay ignorant to it too. And having to block your girlfriend to avoid seeing her social media because it hurts you is so unhealthy. That's no way to have an actual relationship. Sounds like the problem is less the STD than it is her extracurricular activities. The real problem is you're worried she'll cheat, and, well, she probably has cheated. Break up with her. This isn't worth it. She is not worth the burden on your mental health. She made you an insecure person that spirals into toxic behavior. She first denied that she gave you the STD and at the end she says, "It wasn't that guy that gave it to me. So there's another guy that gave her the STD, she knows who that is and she gave it to you." So the entire relation after the first time sex starts with lying from her side. My F32 husband, M34, called me selfish and a gold digger. My husband and I live in a super countryside area. We moved here last year because of his job. We both don't speak the language here, and since it's super countryside, I can't find a job because there aren't really any places to work at. For the past 3 years before moving here, I was the main breadwinner and he was the one who didn't have a job. We figured it was only fair that it's my turn to stay at home and take care of chores and everything. While it's nice to relax, I've always expressed how I don't like not having a job, especially since it's my first time not working in 13 years. About a month ago, we took a trip to the city, about 6 hours from where we live. My husband is obsessed with a particular board game and since it was a rare occasion, he decided to buy one of every merchandise available for that franchise. It was about $3,000. I let him be since it was his own money, and he's always been frugal about everything else. While picking one of everything, of course I happily helped him put stuff in the cart, and he looked so excited so I didn't really have any problem at the moment. When it was almost time to pay, he then asked me to pay half of all the merchandise. I was shocked since I really didn't expect to. When I said no, he then said, "Are you a gold digger?" It shocked me even more and I almost cried at the store. I then agreed to pay for half since he paid for that trip. Unfortunately, the store didn't accept my card since my bank was having issues that weekend. So he still paid for all of it. I paid for trips too when I was the one working, and we always split the bill in half when we took trips in this new country, but my card just didn't work this time around. When we got back to the hotel, I finally bursted in tears and asked him if he meant what he said about me being a gold digger. He said that at that moment I was, and that I was selfish when it comes to money. He says that because I'm always doing acts of service for him like doing all chores, cooking him anything he likes, etc. The trip was already about a month ago, but last night we had a fight again about it because I really didn't like how he called me a gold digger when I also sacrificed a lot just to move to a foreign country with him. How do I move on from this? Sounds like he needs to be humbled and reminded of where he came from. You don't. You pack your shit and leave then file for divorce. Fuck him. You go back at him with facts. Was he a gold digger when you paid for his shit and trips when he wasn't contributing as much? Do not get emotional because he will try to justify and shut you down if you do. But literally do a one-for-one comparison so he can tie it back to what he is doing. Even down to whether you asked him to contribute to a big expense that had nothing to do with you. I kinda doubt you would do this or you wouldn't be posting. If he still doesn't get it, then only you can decide how you want to proceed. Different couples have different ways of handling finances, and that's fine. However, if a couple agrees that one of them should not work for whatever reason, they need joint finances and shared money. You aren't earning money right now for his benefit. It's totally unfair for him to criticize you for it. What's with this my money, your money thing in marriage? I don't get it. And calling you a gold digger yet he's the one asking you to foot his bill? How do I, 25 female, tell my parents I want to get a divorce, 35 male? I got married 2 years ago and though my parents told me I should wait to get married since I didn't have any savings yet my fiancé at the time convinced we'd be taken care of until I can get on my own 2 feet since his family is well off and he works in the family business. Financial we do fine I have a job and we don't many expenses as they're all paid by his business. However, since we got married he has turned abusive in every way imaginable and he has shattered my self-confidence in a way I never thought possible. I knew I made a mistake marrying him within the first 6 months. I have been left on the streets, hit, abused verbally and name-called, demeaned sexually, and humiliated anywhere we go. He is also an alcoholic and now has added weed to the equation. I know I need to leave because there is no other way out of this and one day I may end up hurt really bad. I am the oldest of 3 siblings and the first one to get married in all my extended family. This means I've always been that so-called role model, and have the load of doing everything perfectly. No one suspects he's abusive. We've always portrayed a perfect picture and don't live near family. How do I tell everyone I now want a divorce? That I'll be already divorced at 25 and have fought for all the wrong decisions. I'll have disappointed everyone. I was told to wait. Now I'll have no place to live. I lost my job 1 month ago. Tell your parents exactly how he is treating you. They will understand and support you. Go to your parents. File for divorce. If parents won't help, call a DV shelter now. You said that you've been acting like you're the perfect couple in public and I assume with your parents, so you start with telling them the truth. While not Indian, my mom's parents were very Catholic, so she had a very hard time sharing her truth and that she was going to get a divorce. They were only disappointed that she hadn't told them how bad it was and how much she was suffering sooner. They loved her and wanted her safe, happy, and my hope is that your parents will feel exactly the same way. Also, I am Indian. Punjabi, so that culture is also holding me back. No one in my family believes in divorce. As a mother, I would want my daughter to always come to me if she was being abused. Your silence only protects him. Too many women have died protecting their abusers. Document what you can and get out of there.